Welcome back to the So Far So Good podcast. My name is Christopher Coombs, and in front of me we have
Gaurav Khazanchi. Welcome back. It's great to be back in the So Far So Good headquarters, and so glad to have you all join us on this episode.
Yeah, it's great to have you tuning in once again. As usual, we will kick it off with our introductory questions.
That's right. Chris, now I'll let you go first. I feel like I've hogged the first place over the last episodes released in 2020.
Yeah, you've been a bit question happy lately.
Yeah, well, you asked me if you want to go first, and I say yes. So if you're offered, you should always say yes.
All right, well, I'll take it. I will take it this episode. My question is to you. I have a little preliminary question first.
Okay, as usual.
I'm just curious. Have you ever been punched in the face?
Yeah, I have.
Like actually punched? Not like with a boxing glove or anything like that.
No.
Actual punched in the face.
Bare fist punch, yes.
Explain.
So, okay, it's in high school. Someone wanted to fight me, and then they punched me.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I didn't. You were telling me a story on the weekend, and then it was almost exactly the way my high school fight went down.
So did you punch them back?
No, I feel like I would break you if I punched you, so I didn't.
So did the punch hurt you? Like what? Any damage?
It really didn't hurt at all, man. It was a very weak punch.
Yeah, fair enough.
It was a weak punch, but I have been punched in the face.
Okay. Well, my actual question is, would you rather punch someone in the face or be punched in the face?
I'd rather be punched. Rather be punched, I'm not a violent guy. I wouldn't want to just willingly punch someone in the face. I do it. I say it sometimes, like, man, I'd love to punch that guy in the face, but I wouldn't actually.
But when it comes down to it, you couldn't actually do it.
Yeah, I couldn't. Yeah. I wouldn't. Yeah, look, if someone was full blown trying to fight me, I'll obviously defend myself and punch them back. But I'm not just going to punch them for my own satisfaction.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. What would you do? Would you punch him?
I totally agree 100%. And this is a story I was telling you on the weekend.
Yeah.
I got in a bit of a fight in high school once, and the guy had me by my shirt, and he just kind of jumper punched me, like like square on my face. So right in my front teeth.
Oh, that's...
Yeah. It was wiggling like the tiniest little bit after.
Your teeth?
Yeah, but then it kind of stiffened back up, so it was fine.
Yeah.
I don't know is that normally how it works?
Well, I guess so, man. If our bodies can heal, like, all injuries, and I'm
like,
sure...
it was moving like the tiniest bit. Like, I'm not saying it was loose and just flopping around. It was moving a tiny bit afterwards, but it was fine. So the punch was, not that bad, I suppose. But then when he hit me, I, like, put my hand back to, like, go for it. But I couldn't do it. I just could not do it.
You looked at his face and you gave him some pity, right?
Yeah. I didn't want to break his face. I couldn't do it. And I knew that if I hit him, he'd be knocked out.
You don't want to be that guy that just punches someone.
Yeah, I simply just don't have it in me to punch someone in the face.
Yeah. Well, look, that's good, man. You're a good person.
Thank you. You too.
I appreciate
so far,
that.
so good.
Now, my question is, like, the two of us watched the UFC match, but we'll get into that later over the weekend, just for the sake of watching it.
Yeah.
Now, this isn't every sort of martial art match, boxing match, whatever. When the two opposing sides enter in, the two fighters, they enter in, they have their own hyped up entrance.
Yeah.
And they play a song.
Yeah.
What would be your fight entrance song?
Oh, man, I would have to think about that. I really would.
Dude, surely it would be some sort of Queen song, right? You love them.
Oh, man. All right. Let's go with Don't Stop Me Now.
Yeah, Queen. Not bad.
Because it's a pump-up song, and the song actually, like, the lyrics actually work in terms of a fight.
Yeah, you're saying you can't stop me. Like, I'm gonna win the
Don't Stop
fight.
Me Now. Boom.
Yeah, boom. Yeah.
So, yeah. What would yours be? I presume you've thought about it.
I actually have not thought about it. I was thinking the whole time, I wonder what you would pick. I don't know, maybe I'd go Where Is the Love or something, because the whole time you're fighting, you're giving each other some hate, so you're literally like, where's the love, guys? Why is there so much fighting in the world?
You wouldn't be hired for a UFC match if that was your song. But yeah, honestly, I would probably have to think about it a bit more, and I could potentially change it if I found something better.
Okay.
But like off the top of my head, there's like this millions of songs out
There's
there.
too many songs. It's almost like asking what your favourite song is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So off the top of my head, I'll chuck in Don't Stop Me Now, Queen.
Yeah.
But, if I had a real deep think about it, it could potentially change.
Yeah. I'm going to go Pursuit of Happiness, Steve Aoki remix. It's just... Sorry, I just thought of it. It's a mad hype song. It's such a good hype song.
Wow.
All right.
Well, let's get into it.
So far, so good.
Well, it's a great week once again. Tuning
Yes.
into the So Far So Good podcast. Your week, it just brightens up, doesn't it?
Especially if it's a Monday morning on the day of release. So if you're listening then we hope you have a fantastic week.
Yeah. I mean, we've said it before, but the whole aim is people wake up on a Monday morning, they're hating life, they have to go to work.
Yeah.
They chuck on the So Far So Good podcast, and their week has just turned around for the better.
Exactly. Your thought process goes, oh man, it's another Monday too. You know what? It's Monday. So far, so good.
Yeah, that's it.
Exactly
And that's what
right.
we want,
Exactly what we want.
That's what we want out of life, guys.
We just want to bring So Far, So Goodness into the lives of people.
Now, speaking of UFC, as what your question was to me.
Yep, before the intro.
Yeah, the weekend that has just passed, we went to watch the UFC fight.
Yes.
Which was Conor McGregor and Donald something, the cowboy.
Donald Cerrone.
That's the one.
I just keep calling the cowboy so I forget. It was 2 weekends ago, actually. So, Donald Cerrone.
Yeah.
The cowboy, yeah.
Yeah. So, how this whole thing happened is, to be honest, I didn't even know there was a UFC fight on. I got to admit, I'm not a UFC, advocate or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm not.
I just watch the main
either,
fights,
yeah.
and I'm not pretending. I'm not one of those pretenders that think I've actually followed the UFC. I'm telling you, I don't.
Yeah.
I just watch the main events.
I'm exactly in the same boat, and I don't even. Like you said, I didn't know it was on until you said, "Do you want to watch the fight?"
Yeah,
and then I only go for the vibes and the hangs with the friends,
Yeah, exactly.
So it's good, and the hype is good. So
yeah.
it's
Now,
good to
what
enjoy.
happened was, our friend Alston, he messaged me, and he said, "Do you want to come and watch the fight at this pub?" And I was like, yeah, why not? Like, let's do it. What time? Blah, blah, blah. Got all the details. And that was actually when I found out that there was a fight. Literally a day before.
And then you told me after he invited you, that's when you started seeing all the ads for the fight everywhere.
Yeah, ever since I found out it was on, that's when I started seeing ads literally everywhere.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
You know what? The same thing happens when you're like on the lookout for a new car. You never heard of this model, and then as soon as you see it on car sales or whatever car shop, you see it everywhere on the road.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like if one of your friends buys a car, you check it out, and then you start seeing that car everywhere.
It's like when you learn a new word. You've never heard it once, and then you start hearing it everywhere.
Yeah.
There's some sort of effect name. Anyway, besides the point, though.
Is it Mandela?
No. Maybe it's Nelson.
The Nelson effect.
Nelson effect.
I like it. So yeah, Alston told us to come to the pub to watch the fight. So that's when I messaged you to see if you were free, and you were, and it was sweet. And then he said he had a couple of guys going, and I was like, oh yeah, sweet. I didn't really care too much. I was pretty keen to go, so
Yeah.
I had no idea who was going to be there or whatever. Now he messaged me on the morning of asking if I needed a lift, and I was doing something beforehand, so I was like, nah, I can't. And then he was like, oh yeah, no worries, I'm picking up my friend anyway on the way. If you need a lift, let me know. I was like, yeah, all good, we'll meet you there. So we go to the pub, we walk in, and man, it is absolutely pumping. How many people were there?
It was like a music festival.
Yeah, legit.
In a pub, yeah.
It was almost like people had bought entry tickets.
Yeah.
There was just people everywhere.
And jokes on them, we got it for free, man.
But the good thing was there was TVs everywhere. So
Yeah.
no
It's
matter
a
where you
classic
were,
sports bar, yeah.
yeah. So no matter where you were fine.
Yeah, order a drink.
You
There's
could
a TV
completely
there
see it. Yeah,
while you wait. It was great.
yeah. So we walk in and we see Alston, and then as we look like either side of him, there's another 4 guys, which randomly we know.
Every single one of them we knew.
Every single one of them we knew.
He could have easily just,
And the guy that he said, I'm picking up my mate, we actually worked with him at the fast food restaurant.
Exactly,
which we
many
spoke
years
about.
ago. So it just goes to show how small, the suburbs we live in. I mean, the world is big, and for you, it could even be flat. But, it just goes to show. It goes to show.
Yeah, and so it was pretty insane. So we watched the fight. There was about, I think, 7 of us all together.
Yeah.
We all knew each other. It was a good catch-up. And lucky we all knew each other and had time to catch up because, man, the intro fights went for so long. I think it was about 2.5 hours we were there.
Yeah, without seeing the main fight.
Yeah.
I thought we were late, and then...
I thought we were pushing it. I thought, maybe we'll be 20 minutes, half an hour before the main fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, turns out it was about 2.5 hours.
Yeah. A lot of main fights, guys. If you are looking to watch a main fight, rock up 4 hours late because it probably wouldn't have started then. And you know what was longer than the pre-fights? The intros for each of the main fighters for the main fight.
Oh, yeah.
They went for about half an hour each, I'm telling you.
Yeah, they really hype it up.
Good hype.
And do you know what I realized, and something I saw in a documentary a while back? The reason for the massive lead-ups and the massive hypes is because they can chuck in as many ads as possible in as many places as possible to really bump up the revenue of the sport.
It's all about the money, man. It's all about the money. If they're taking home, tens of millions per fight... It's crazy.
But you know what? At the same time, I'm happy for that to happen because the more money they get from their sponsorships and ads and things like that, it just boosts the quality of the sport, I think.
Yeah. Look,
so it's not a bad thing.
A lot of showboating, and I don't mind it. Like, I feel like it's part of the.
It is part of it. 100%.
It's part of it. The fake hatred. Calling each other names, whatever. It's a bit ridiculous and dramatic, but it's part of it.
Yeah.
Imagine if everyone's friendly, or hope it's a good fight, my friend. There'd be nothing.
Yeah, good luck, man. Good luck.
Now,
but the funniest thing about this day, right, was we waited like 2.5 hours watching all these fights together, talking, having a couple drinks, whatever. Then it comes to the intros of the main fight with Conor McGregor and Donald Cerrone. So it comes to the intros, and one of the guys, we couldn't find him. We thought he'd gone to the toilet, right?
Oh, yeah, one of our friends, yes.
He wasn't there. So then the intros are happening, blah, blah, blah. I think it was maybe 15 minutes later. Again, we're like, where is he? His name was Jono, by the way. We're like, where's Jono? Like, literally. He's waited all this time, and has he gone home? Like, there's no way he could be in the toilet for this long. And then, again, like, the fight's, like, literally about to start. And then... So I was positioned like right at the end. So I could see down this corridor to where the gambling pokey section was. And then the fight's like literally about to start. And I turn my head to look inside the pokies and I see Jono on the pokey right when the main fight's about to start.
Watches all the nonsense pre-fights. Actually, some of them are pretty good. But on the main fight, he's playing the pokies.
And then as I look down, he looks back at me and I put my hands up like in the air. Like, what are you doing? And then he finishes up, walks back over and makes it back just in time for the fight to start.
Just in time. Because literally, if he was a few seconds too late, he would have missed the whole fight.
Yeah, literally, because the fight only went for 40 seconds.
40 seconds. I mean, it was good 40 seconds.
Now, as sports analysts that we are, what were your thoughts on this fight?
Okay, so even though it went for 700 years, the intros, I didn't mind that it went for 40 seconds because it was quality 40 seconds. If that fight was stretched out over the 3 rounds that it could go for, and there was only 40 seconds of quality, I would have only looked at the highlights anyway. So the fact that the whole fight was just one big highlight, I didn't mind. But I was also like, it was very short. Very short.
Yeah.
It was quality, but look, all around, it was okay.
I'm going to have to agree 100% with what you said because, yes, it was short, but I think what Conor McGregor did was pretty amazing if you really think about it.
Yeah, I know he won it in 40 seconds. So.
Yeah, against someone who has been doing it for so long and has so much experience. And when he used his shoulder was something that, a lot of people have never seen. And a lot of sports analysis are saying the same thing, is that they've never seen the shoulder used like that
It
before.
was essentially a multitude of shoulder punches.
Yeah, which is pretty insane. And then he got interviewed after the fight, and someone said to him, "Is that a technique you've been working on for a while?" And what did he say?
He was like, yeah, look, it's something we've been doing. I was like, I don't know if that's true.
I totally disagree.
Look, it was tactically placed. Wouldn't be surprised if he did practice some shoulder punches.
It was pretty good. The only weird thing about the fight is like they were kind of like both holding each other, and then when Connor was chucking the shoulders, you didn't see Donald doing anything.
Yeah, I think
it was kind of.
It must have just thrown him off so much because it was right in the nose as well. The blood.
I saw a lot of people saying it was rigged. Because,
really?
he was throwing shoulders, and then the other guy was just literally just standing there, like he didn't do anything. So it was a bit strange.
Yeah, well, look, for losing you get a lot of money anyway, so
yeah,
it's a really a win-win situation.
Nate Diaz chucked up a tweet saying the whole thing was rigged.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and he's a part of the UFC, so strange. But I mean, look, that's the thing with these big like things. You just don't know.
You never know.
You'll never know.
Look, man, all in all, for someone who doesn't know and follow UFC, you have quite a bit of knowledge, so good stuff.
No, man. I don't. I literally, I just hear things.
No,
like
I
just
listen
to some sports commentary sometimes and just happen to hear that kind of stuff. So
sports commentary, sports podcasts.
It was interesting, but look, let's pretend it was all sweet. I think it was good quality 40 seconds.
Good quality 40 seconds.
It just sucks that we're going to have to wait so long for another main event.
Yeah, exactly right.
After that.
And instead of good quality 40 seconds, we'll hopefully be able to give you a good quality 40 minutes on the So Far So Good podcast.
As usual, so keep tuning in for the next segment.
So, Chris Coombs.
Yeah.
Now, it's been a little while, but I have been gathering up words and acronyms that I have been organically hearing and seeing in places and by people. And I have a list with some personal stories attached. Not to all of them, but, I can sort of explain how I've been seeing these words and acronyms. And
so acronyms and a couple of words as well?
Acronyms and words, exactly right.
All right.
Now, I just want to open this segment by bringing up a word that we all already know. It's not new. But I recently learned some new information on the word.
Okay.
And as far back as I can remember, I don't think I knew this before. Whether I knew it and I forgot, possibly, but I don't think I knew this before. Now, do you remember the word bay?
Bay, yes.
Bay. Now, some people still say it.
B-A-E. Bravo, B-A-E. Alpha, Echo.
Well done, man. B-A-E. That's legitimate phonetic alphabet.
Yeah, I have to use it 24/7.
Do you actually?
At work, yeah.
Oh, well done. So I think I know up to L.
It's pretty easy. Like, once you learn it,
yeah.
Easy.
I could potentially go up to Z, but confidently I can go up to L.
Yeah, nice.
Okay, besides
anyway,
the point.
Bay. Yeah.
Bay. So, now, I used to think it was just a shortened version of babe.
Oh my gosh. Is it an acronym?
It's actually an acronym.
Oh, no way.
Did you know this?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I just thought it was a dumb way of saying babe.
Babe, right? It actually stands for... But do you want to have a guess?
Actually, now that you're saying it, something's coming back in my head like it was an acronym.
It was, yeah. See, this is why I keep thinking maybe I knew it but forgot. Because
yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
When I learned most recently again that it was actually an acronym, I'm like, it rings a bell, but I can't confidently say I already knew it.
I think that happens with so many of these acronym word thingies because no one says the full thing. Like, ever.
No, exactly. Well, it's the reason for the acronyms.
It's like LOL.
Yeah,
like, no one even thinks that it means laugh out loud.
Laugh out
just
loud.
think it means lol. Like, it's just a new word.
It's like, as you say, society, the way society uses a word.
So you finally agree.
But I'm not
finally
agreeing with it.
You literally just agreed by saying that's how it is.
I'm agreeing with that, but I'm also saying topical isn't one of those words that's had its meaning changed.
Oh, it is.
No, it's definitely
absolutely is.
Besides the point. Okay, do you want to have a guess at what BAE stands for?
It's something ever.
As a clue, it does have sort of the same meaning as what, not meaning, but the vibes as what babe or something would mean. I don't know. I might have thrown you off by that. It's kind of a hard clue.
Just say it.
It actually stands for before anyone else.
Before anyone else.
So you are my before anyone else. You are my
now,
before anyone
now
else.
that you're saying it, I'm like, yeah.
You feel like you heard it.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring it up just to remind and, educate, if not. Because...
But Bay is a special one, right? So out of all words and all acronyms, I would have to say Bay has got to be the dumbest thing ever invented. I have to say it.
Yeah. Look, I'm going to say, yeah, it is. But
Would you agree?
I'm sure there's dumber. That's the only reason I'm not setting it in stone. Because I'm sure there's dumber.
As popular as it is, like every time I see someone post... Watch the people like feel judged right now. Every time I see someone post a photo saying my bae or bae this, bae that, it's just the dumbest word ever. It really is.
Man, I still don't really know what yeet means.
Yeet?
Yeet.
It doesn't mean anything.
I think that's true.
It doesn't have a meaning.
So do you think
you can use it for anything?
Do you think it's dumber than yeet?
Well, yeet doesn't have a real meaning, so you could use it for anything.
But doesn't that make it dumber?
So you could almost post a photo with your partner and be like, "Oh, my
This
yeet."
is my yeet.
You can use it for any word.
Sounds like you mispronounced yeast.
I'm hungry for some yeet right now. Like, you can use it for anything. It could mean anything.
Well, I think that's the dumbest word then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But bae, come on.
Yeah,
Bae's
it grammatically doesn't make any sense. You're my bae. You are my before anyone else.
Well, yeah, grammatically is beside the point. It's just a dumb word. Just don't use it. Please, so far, so good listeners, soft souls, do not use it.
I'm going to change your name on my phone to Bae. I think he'll be all right.
Oh.
Okay, so that's one to bring up. That's an old one to bring up. Just for that.
Okay.
Now there's one I've been hearing. You might have heard it. It's not an acronym. The word bet. B-E-T. So I'll say, you want to go out tonight? You'll say, bet.
Interesting.
Do you know what it means? Or are you getting the vibes of the meaning?
I'm getting the vibes of the meaning.
What do you think it means?
But I've never seen someone use it. I've never even heard it. Like,
I feel like it's a fairly young word. I first heard it last year.
Are we talking like 13-year-olds?
I'm going to say 14 to 17-year-olds probably use it.
14 to 17?
Yeah. Off the top of my head, that's what I'm going to say.
The worst years, right?
No. What it actually means is, like, for sure. Like, now, I'm thinking, is it sort of a short form of saying...
So it means like, oh, for sure. So is it an acronym?
It's not an acronym. It's just... That's what it's like. It's a word. It's like yeet. It's a word, and it means for sure. Like, yeah, like, 100%.
Oh, I know what it means. I get it now.
It's like you bet.
Yeah, but it's just like saying bet instead of you bet.
Yeah, so I was trying to like just cross-check and see if Urban Dictionary had any more info. Because I thought, okay, if it means for sure, it sort of ties in well with you bet, and it's just a shortened form of saying you bet. Can people say that? That's quite a 90s thing. Like,
I was thinking like 70s.
Yeah, it's pretty old, right?
But that's why I was also thinking, as if kids these days even know that saying.
You bet. Yeah, yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Maybe it hasn't derived from you bet, but it has the same meaning, for sure. Like, definitely. So that's one. It's one that I would never use. I don't really like it. It feels lazy, and I just wouldn't say it. I wouldn't say bet.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah.
I would say you bet, though, because I like you bet as a saying. I actually do.
I can imagine you saying it. I feel like you have been saying it.
Oh, you bet. Like, I would say it ironically. It'd be one of those things that I would say so ironically and so often that it would just become part of my vocabulary.
The classic.
You know what? I'm going to start using it from now on.
Using you bet.
I actually do like the saying, but...
Should we name this episode You Bet?
You bet. But I don't want to be I'm not going to be a kid that says bet. Like, it's just, come on.
Bet doesn't...
Grammatically, it makes no sense.
It just doesn't sound sophisticated.
But do you know what the thing is? These 30, let's say 12 to 17-year-olds.
Let's just...
Because that's about the age range.
I like calling them 13-year-olds. It's sort of an insult. You're
okay. Yeah. So these 13-year-olds, right? They say these... they say all these sayings that are grammatically incorrect because they think being grammatically incorrect is cool.
Yeah, yeah. It's like
as soon as you turn 18, when you're out of that 13-year-old group, you realize that you're just an Elliot.
Yeah. So there's actually, I remember going through this phase when, you'd even shorten things in text message and stuff.
Yeah.
But now I'm just going to type the whole word.
It's actually better to type the whole word.
It's so much better. There's no sort of figuring it out. There's no sort of...
When people my age message me grammatically incorrectly, I just think, what, you don't know how to spell? Like, you can't type?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the difference. When you're 13, it's cool to use the Z instead of the S. And take out the vowel.
Yeah, take out the vowel. But see, that stuff was only invented because we had to text on phones that had numbers. So it was short form because it was faster. But now we have full keyboards.
Exactly. It was short form and it was faster. And do you know what the problem is? Literally, our age group created that.
Yeah, exactly.
And now we're looking back saying, "Oh, what is wrong with these?
What have we done? What have we passed down to
That's the funniest thing. And we've talked about this in another episode where we've thought, oh, when we're older, what are we going to look back and say we did was ridiculous?
Yeah.
That's already one. And we're only in our mid-20s. How crazy is that?
Oh, man. At least it's nothing majorly bad. It's just short form text, so it's okay. We had a reason for inventing it.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I actually didn't think of the reason. But at the same time, when we went on the computer and went on MSN messaging, we would still do it. So I'm going to say we had no excuse.
Yeah, okay. Fair call.
Let's be honest.
Okay, so here's another one. This one I really like. It's another word. It's actually 2 words. It's say less.
Say less.
Say less. So it's sort of a different way of saying say no more, my friend. But you're saying say less.
I don't like it.
For example.
I don't like it.
Just let me give you... I want to give you an example.
I'll let you explain.
So I'll be like, Chris, do you want to... But you have to say less, all right? Just give it a shot.
Okay, go.
Chris, you want to go get a Hungry Jack soft serve?
Say less.
Yeah, but... I mean, yeah, you got it. I'm actually a big fan of it.
Nah, I prefer say no more.
Because then you add fam at the end? Say no more fam?
Nah, not the fam.
Not the fam?
Just say no more.
Say no more?
I like say no more.
Yeah, say no more is good.
Say no more is good, but common. Say less is just stupid.
Yeah, it's grammatically incorrect.
Is it?
It sounds it. Say less.
Say less.
Full stop. Say less, full stop.
Okay, so if I say to you, Gaurav, want to go get a Hungry Jack soft serve?
Say less.
Okay, fine. Want to get soft serve...
No, you got to take out the vowels, bro.
What? Is that some other language or what?
Yeah, bro. It's short form text language. Okay, that one I like. I like that one.
That one I'll have to give the big thumbs down.
Maybe if you hear it, you'll grow on it. This one I really like too. I saw it in someone's post.
Okay.
And they were talking about something and they were saying how they really liked it and they'll give it a certain something. Now, you know how you have the word hundy?
Mm.
It's not hundy, but it means the same thing.
Okay.
The word is hundo p.
Oh my god. Who creates this?
For 100%, hundo p. Like,
Hundo
Chris,
P.
you want to go get a Hungry Jack soft serve? Hundo p, man.
Hundo p. 100%.
I like
Hundo
it.
P.
I like
don't
hundo
mind
p.
it. I don't mind it.
It's definitely better than... It's better than say less.
Oh, 100%.
And
anything's better than say less.
You mean hundo p? Give it a shot because hundy has become part of my vocabulary.
Mm.
Hundo p. I'm open to introducing it.
Hundo p. Hundo p. Yeah, it's one of those ones that I'm... Initially, I think it's stupid.
Yeah.
But it may grow on me.
Yeah, see, I can't...
I can see it growing on me potentially.
I can... When I first saw it, I was excited to tell you because you had hundy.
Mm. But it's almost like competition between Hundo P and Hundy.
Yeah.
And it's like Hundy's the OG.
I had the same thought because I thought it was a word that you'd like, but then I also thought you might just automatically hate it because you somewhat came up with Hundy.
It's direct competition,
Direct competition. But look, if you embrace it, then it's, that old saying, keep your enemies close. Keep your friends close and keep your enemies closer.
Keep your friends close. Keep your pop culture words closer. Oh, this is so far not good.
All right, this one is a word. Very millennial again. It's 2 words again. It is humble brag.
Humble brag. I know that.
Have you heard it?
100%.
I've never heard it.
I've heard that.
I like
Say
it.
less.
I read it in another...
Say less.
I read it...
Say way less. Just stop talking.
You're not using it right.
Stop talking. Cancel the podcast.
It's Hundo P, man. It's something I don't think I've read. I haven't heard someone say it. I read it in another... It wasn't really an article, but it was like another... It was a very nicely written post, but they had these sort of words in it. So, humble brag. Do you know what it means? Do you want to explain to us what it means?
Oh, I know what it means. Honestly, it's actually really big in the sporting world.
Really?
So, that's probably why you haven't heard it as much as I have.
Yeah.
But I've heard it heaps.
Humble brag?
Heaps.
Really?
I'll give you an example. There was a really big LeBron James example.
Yeah.
So, this really big LeBron James example actually relates to Conor McGregor.
Oh, really? Okay.
So, you could almost call it Topical.
Well done.
Are you happy with that?
I'm so impressed.
I'm using
100p.
the word to its actual definition.
Yeah.
Not to what society has created it.
So
anyway, this is topical. So, Conor McGregor apparently commented at some point in the recent future that he was inspired at LeBron James's efforts to put money and time towards his body.
1 second. The recent future?
The recent future.
As in it's going to happen?
The recent...
Recent past? I thought you were messing with me or something.
I was just trying to say it in a way that... Because I don't know when it happened. Okay, but I would say at some point, somewhat recently.
In the future. Okay, recent past you meant, I think, yeah. Okay.
So, at some point in the recent times, I'm not exactly sure when.
Yeah.
So, let's say in recent times. Conor McGregor actually commented on LeBron James's time and effort that he puts into his body to make him at elite sporting performance.
Okay.
Because apparently not all top athletes actually, go to extreme measures to keep their form and...
That's
their
true.
Strength and fitness at the highest level that it could be.
Yeah, I heard Usain Bolt eats chicken nuggets whenever he wants, kind of thing.
Yeah, Usain Bolt's a great example because he actually eats whatever he wants. I think he's just got that natural ability.
Yeah, he
trains hard, but I think diet wise, he just doesn't faze him. Wow. So in LeBron James's example, he spends about $1.5 million on his body per year to keep him at that elite level. And it's proven to have worked.
What is he like? As in what? Like
as
food
in
time?
So yeah, like
gym
food, trainers.
Yeah.
I guess always getting massages when he needs them.
Yeah.
Physical therapy, all this kind of stuff. Damn. So he spends about $1.5 million on his body.
Yeah.
Now, at some point, Conor McGregor made a comment that he was inspired by LeBron James.
Yeah.
Right. This is turning out to be a really long-winded story, but let's try and cut this short.
All right.
So, LeBron James was asked in an interview what he thought of the fight and what he thought of Conor McGregor being inspired by LeBron.
Yeah.
And LeBron went on a bit, just saying look, it's really humbling to know that someone of that level looks up to me and is inspired by me and all this kind of stuff. And it's kind of like he was bringing it back to himself.
Yeah.
Not so much about Conor McGregor.
Look,
So in that case, he was speaking humbly, but it was a humble brag.
Humble brag, yes. That is a great example. I really like that example. Because I was sussing it out, and the definition I thought was essentially that. And another example is when someone is complaining, but they sneak in a brag about themselves. But that's but
not
I think
necessarily.
It's not
more
necessarily
like
complaining.
It's more like when you're speaking humbly, but making yourself look good.
Yeah.
In the way that you say it.
Yeah. So it's that's such a good example. I don't know what I would have said as an example. You've given a great example.
I can give an example to you on the So Far So Good podcast.
All right, go.
Should we give it a go?
Okay, go.
Let's say you see a soft soul out in public.
Yeah.
And that soft soul says, "Oh, I love your podcast. You're so funny." And then you say to the soft soul, oh, thanks, I appreciate it. Yeah, like I've always been like that, and that's just who I am. See, you're being humble, but you're also like showing that
So I'm like taking
good.
it away from you. I'm making it all about me.
In a way,
In a
but
way.
you're saying it in a humble way.
I mean, I wouldn't do that.
So-
I would never throw you under the bus like that.
Well, we don't know.
We'll have to wait and see, man.
So,
Humble brag. It's a really
yeah.
good one. I really like that one.
Yeah, I mean, actually, it's been around for a while.
Yeah.
So this must be the first you've heard of it. So
Definitely the first I've heard of it. So,
Yeah.
as we've realised in the past, I am sometimes late to the party with these things.
Oh, you're late to everything. That's just your personality. By the way, nah, you know what? You've been good in recent times.
I've been good.
But the old Gaurav used to be late to absolutely everything. Even school, when he was a 2-minute walk away from school.
Fashionably late. Fashionably late. I
Doesn't
would walk
matter
up when
what
the bell
kind of
rings.
late, you were always late.
Yeah, but school, you want to be a bit rebellious, You gotta be humbly bragful. Now, there is sort of in relation to it, there's an acronym, IMHO. You probably know this one.
IMHO.
You would know IMO because it's the same thing.
Yes.
But this one just has an H in it.
Ah, in my humble opinion.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. What
Got
I
you?
used to think was the H stood for honest, in my honest opinion.
Oh, could be both.
It could be, but everywhere I double checked, because the reason I've written it down is because I was once again reading a post and someone actually wrote it. They didn't abbreviate it. They wrote in my humble opinion, and then it clicked. I'm like, oh my god, it's IMHO.
Interesting.
Then I cross-checked with Urban Dictionary, and they also said humble, and I couldn't really see in my honest opinion anywhere. Like, I guess it could be both, but I guess the official meaning is in my humble opinion.
Yeah, I was initially going to say they're kind of similar, but humble and honest are a bit different.
They're pretty different, I would say. I mean, I guess you could use it in the same context.
Yeah, I guess being humble is being honest, but just being like genuinely honest.
You're being a bit more modest.
So you could say IMGHO?
You could say
In my genuinely honest opinion.
You could say IMMO in my modest opinion.
Could.
So many variables here.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's been around for a while, so...
Yeah, that's been around for a while, but I thought, just because I always thought it was in my honest opinion, I just thought I'd bring it up and say, it's in my humble opinion.
Not bad at all.
So,
I might finish it off with a new word.
A word,
as well.
okay.
So I have one word to bring to the table.
Is this something you've heard?
Yes, something I've heard from a young person.
Okay.
The person that I heard it from was 17 years old.
Okay.
So
fits
in the category of 12 to 17. So we could say I heard it from a 13-year-old.
13, 100%.
All right.
100p. It's a thing.
Working well. So the word is pazzing.
Pazzing?
As in Pazzing. Have you heard it before?
Never, ever heard of pazzing.
Pazzing. All right. Now, you've never heard of it. That's good. Take a guess.
Can you use it in a sentence, or will that give it away?
It could give it away. So try and guess.
Okay, pazzing. I don't know, it's obviously an action word, so... I don't know, is it someone that's avoiding you? Is it...
No.
Nah? Okay. Give me a sentence and I'll take a solid guess.
All right. I'll give you a sentence. I'm just trying to think of one that's not going to fully give it away.
Alright.
All right. So the sentence is, Gaurav, the big game is coming up and I am pazzing so hard right now.
Okay, is it like you're super excited?
No.
Oh, you're panicking.
In a way?
Okay, you're stressing.
Yes.
Because you want your team to win.
Yes.
Okay, so where does the origins of pazzing come from?
All right, I have absolutely no idea. No idea at all. Apparently, it's something that the young kids, the 13-year-olds, are using. It basically means stressing.
Stressing.
So, I'm pazzing right now. I don't want my mum to find out. So...
Oh my god.
Interesting word.
I feel like it's a mix of panicking and stressing.
Could be, yeah.
Pazzing.
Pazzing?
That's a bit ridiculous. I don't like that at all.
I didn't like it at first either. But it's not bad.
You like pazzing, but you don't like to say less.
It's a bit of a hip word,
Let's see what actually enters our vocabulary, because I remember we did promise to start saying calm and that didn't happen at all.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah, look, Calm's gone now. It's too... It's
You know
long
what?
gone.
That was over a year ago.
That was literally 62 episodes ago.
And I'm so happy we never started using that.
Yeah, I think I tried here and there. Look, but Say Less, Hundo P, and Humble Brag, I'm gonna try and throw in.
Yeah,
The
absolutely.
world's changing and so is our vocabulary, so you got to get with the
That's
times.
right.
Yeah, Hundo P.
Now, guys, I have to say something just to end the podcast.
Yeah.
And that thing is, thank you once again for tuning in to the So Far So Good podcast.
I was actually passing. I didn't know what you were going to say. We really have you tuned in. Day, night, evening, whatever day of the week it is. We're so glad you listened. Thank you once again. Can't thank you enough. Keep in touch with our Instagram.
That's right. And as a humble brag, we hope you enjoyed this episode. And you bet you will catch us next week on the next episode.
Goodbye.
Jesus Christ. That's rubbish.
What is that guy?
I'm on the pursuit of happiness and I
Oh, you
know.
know it, yeah.
But that's not a fighting song. Like,
Yeah, but
does that
neither
song
is-
make you want to punch
But
someone?
neither is Don't Stop Me Now, like, don't.
Yeah, like, don't stop me. Like, it gets you, like, real hyped to just
Yeah, but
go
the
at
first
it. Like,
lyrics... First,
because it's almost, like, offensive. Like, I'm saying to you, like, you can't stop me.
but
That's why I'm getting hyped to beat you up, because you can't stop me.
But, no, 100%. Don't Stop Me Now, great intro song. But Pursuit of Happiness, you know the first lines or very early lines?
Okay,
It says,
go.
Tell me what you know about dreaming. I'm saying that because I'm going to knock you out and you can tell me what you know about dreaming.
Oh, it's a bit of a stretch.
But then, remember, you know when it gets into the beat, it goes... That's when I'm going to walk in and the crowd will go, yeah, it's Grav.
Grav's Traxmas.
Grav's Traxmas.
Oh, see, Grav's Traxmas, I would love to punch in the face.
What a dog.
Oh, my God.